It's the year 2000. You sit down at your computer, open your email, and you see a message titled, I love you. Maybe you're thinking, wait, who sent this? And look, back then, people weren't nearly as suspicious online as they are now. The internet just felt like a different place. Less warnings, less paranoia.
You've got mail.
And somebody sending you an email saying, I love you, I mean, it's possible that curiosity alone might have prompted you to open it. Maybe someone opened it with a smile thinking, hey, this might be my day. But the moment people opened the attachment inside, the entire internet changed forever. That love letter wasn't a love letter at all. It was a computer virus. And within hours, one of the most famous cyber attacks in history spread across the world. The virus became known as the I Love You virus, also called the love bug, but there was nothing loving about it. The damage was massive. Banks, government offices, major corporations like Ford and AT&T, even the Pentagon was affected. Email systems became overloaded, computers slowed down, files started getting overwritten. Some companies became so overwhelmed, they got to the point where they had to shut down their email systems just to stop the virus from spreading further. And we have to remember, this was the year 2000. The internet still felt new to a lot of people. Most people had never seen anything like this before. What made the I Love You virus so effective wasn't advanced hacking. It was the message itself. The email looked simple, personal, harmless. The subject line read, I love you, and attached to the email was a file called Love Letter for You. And somehow that tiny message ended up bringing down networks all over the world. Yes, imagine bringing down your company's network because you thought somebody had a crush on you. Somewhere in the office, there was somebody definitely trying to explain themselves. But here's what really made the virus spread so fast. The emails often appeared to come from somebody the victim already knew. A friend, a coworker, someone already in their contact list. So naturally, people trusted it. And that introduces one of the most important concepts in cybersecurity: phishing. Phishing is when attackers disguise something malicious as something trustworthy to trick people into clicking, downloading, or revealing sensitive information. The malicious code was hidden in the attachment, but the real weapon was trust, curiosity, familiarity, personal connection. The virus didn't look dangerous, it looked human, and that's exactly why it worked. But the real chaos started after people opened the attachment. Because once the virus got into somebody's computer, it immediately started emailing copies of itself to everyone in that person's contact list, which meant people were unknowingly spreading the virus to people they actually knew. And because the emails appeared to come from somebody familiar, people trusted them, so they clicked. Then those computers started sending infected emails as well. Then more people clicked. Then more emails went out. And suddenly this thing started multiplying across the internet at insane speed. In cybersecurity, this type of self-spreading malware is known as a worm. A worm is malware designed to copy itself and spread automatically from one computer to another, without needing any human interaction. Once the worm started moving, it basically began spreading on its own, and within days, the virus had infected millions of computers around the world. So who actually did this? Investigators traced the virus back to the Philippines. And when they found the person believed to be responsible, it wasn't what most people would expect. His name was Onel de Guzman, a college student, early 20s, not some highly sophisticated government hacker, not somebody leading a massive cyber operation. No, according to reports, he was simply trying to gain access to the internet without having to pay for it. You see, back in the year 2000, internet access in the Philippines could be very expensive, and allegedly, O'Neill didn't want to pay for it. So the malware was originally designed to steal passwords, specifically so he could log into paid internet services without spending money. He wasn't trying to take down the Pentagon. He wasn't trying to crash major companies or corporations. He just wanted to get online for free. But once that worm or that malware started spreading, it took on a life of its own, way beyond anything he could have controlled or predicted. But despite all the damage, tens of millions of infected computers, billions of dollars in losses, the worldwide panic, he faced no criminal charges because the Philippines had no cybercrime law that covered what he did. The law simply didn't exist yet. Suddenly, governments around the world realized something. The internet had evolved faster than the laws meant to regulate it. Cybercrime was no longer some futuristic concept. It was real, global, and capable of causing billions in damage in a matter of hours. In the aftermath of the attack, the world started taking cybersecurity far more seriously, creating cybercrime laws, building systems designed to respond to cyber attacks, and investing in solutions like antivirus software, firewalls, and actual dedicated cybersecurity teams. For many organizations, this was the moment they realized cybersecurity could not just be an afterthought anymore. They needed actual people dedicated to protecting their systems and networks. The Philippines also rushed to pass new cybercrime legislation after the attack, because the whole world had just watched a virus cause billions in damage, and there was no law to prosecute it. Before attacks like this ILOVEYOU virus, most people didn't automatically assume an email could be dangerous. Opening attachments felt normal. But attacks like this started changing public perception of the internet. People became far more skeptical of strange emails. They became more cautious online in general. Today, when something suspicious shows up in your inbox, most people hesitate. They pause. A lot of us double check. We get suspicious. A lot of that traces back to moments like this. The ILOVEYOU virus forever changed the way millions of people interacted with the internet. After that attack, the internet lost a lot of its innocence. The ILOVEYOU virus became one of the first moments that showed the world just how powerful cyber attacks could really be. A simple email, a harmless looking attachment, and within days, an estimated 50 million computers became infected. And that's what made the whole thing so unsettling. Not the technology, not the complexity, just a simple email posing as a love letter. It relied on something much more human: curiosity, trust, and the assumption that a message from someone familiar was probably harmless. And more than 20 years later, that part still hasn't changed. The scams look different now. The emails are cleaner, the fake websites are more convincing, artificial intelligence is making deception even easier. But at the core, the strategy is still the same. Attackers are still relying on trust, still hoping somebody clicks before they stop and think. And that's why stories like this still matter, because understanding how these attacks worked in the past helps us recognize the modern versions of them today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'll be covering more real cyber stories, internet history, and the digital events shaping the world around us. And let me know in the comments, If you saw an email titled "I love you" in the year 2000, would you have clicked it?